Hi everyone. Hey, it's Ruth Norton from Ruth's Stampin' Corner. I'm so glad you guys could join me this afternoon. I have a really cute card to show you guys. But before we get to that, we got to get all of our housekeeping stuff out of the way. So we'll get to the card in just a minute, but let me talk to you guys first about a couple of promotions going on right now. The first one is on my blog, and there's a link to it in the comments. It is my birthday month, and so you guys are getting all the birthday presents. So when you place an order and you use this host code with your order, you're going to be sent birthday prizes. You're going to be sent prizes for every $50, $100, and $150. Now, if your order is over $150, don't use the host code. You'll get Stampin' Rewards, but I will still send you the free gifts. But if your order is under $150, make sure you use that host code, because if you don't, then I won't know to send you the gifts. So make sure you use that host code. So that is this month. That's my birthday month. You guys are getting lots of free gifts for my birthday. I'm very happy to give them away. So make sure you check out my blog for all the info on the free gifts and how to shop. And there's also a link to shop my online store in the video description as well. The second promotion going on right now is our fantastic join promotion. This is the Get and Go promotion. This is an amazing promotion. When you purchase a starter kit, you get a ton more free stuff. So when you purchase a starter kit, it is $99. You get free shipping on that. You only pay tax on that. And you get to choose $125 in product. So already it's a fantastic deal. And you can put the new die cutting machine in your kit. So that is fantastic too. So if you need that new die cutting machine, you can get it in your kit for $99 instead of paying the $120 for it. So fantastic savings. But in addition to that $125 worth of products that you get to choose, you're also getting 2 free stamp sets, a package of rhinestones, and 16 card kits. And they are 8 card kits for each stamp set. So the stamp sets that you're getting, because it's so hard to tell on that little flyer, you're getting this one. This is the So Much Love stamp set. You're going to be sent this one for free. And you're also going to be sent this one for free, the Queens and Lace. They are both fantastic stamp sets. Lots of versatility with both of them. So you're going to get those free, plus the rhinestones, plus the 16 card kits, in addition to the $125 in product that you get to choose, all for only $99. This promotion is only good through September, so if you have been thinking about joining the joining my team, purchasing that starter kit, make sure you get it this month. It's a fantastic deal. I'd love to have you on my team. Okay, Paper Pumpkin. My Paper Pumpkin has shipped, has not arrived yet, but I'm very excited about it. I actually saw a little sneak peek, and I cannot wait to get this month's Paper Pumpkin. So next month's Paper Pumpkin is going to be Christmas cards. It's going to be Christmas themed. If you want to join in on Paper Pumpkin for October, make sure you subscribe by October 10th, and you'll be sent October's Paper Pumpkin. Okay, let's get to the card today. So over the weekend, I had you guys vote what stamp set you wanted to see, and I had 2 stamp sets. I had the press-on stamp set, and I had the Banner Year stamp set. Both are super cute, but you guys kind of unanimously chose the press-on stamp set. You guys love your coffee, I think. So we're gonna make a card today using the stamp set. This is such a fun stamp set, and even if you're not a coffee lover, I don't like coffee. I'm a big tea drinker though, but this is so good. There's lots of fun greetings and fun images, even if you don't like coffee. So, and the card we're making today is not necessarily a coffee card, so keep that in mind. So look at how cute this card is. Now, this is using Blackberry Bliss, and I gotta say, I don't use Blackberry Bliss a lot. I don't pull it out very often. Look how cute the inside is too. I don't normally do the inside, but the Blackberry Bliss is so dark that you really have to line the card. So, but this is the card we're gonna make, so let's get started. We're gonna do all the stamping. I've already done all of the die cutting ahead of time just because I'm still watching how much I carry. So let's talk about our card supplies though. So I have a Blackberry Bliss card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So this is going to be our card base for our card. And then I'm gonna leave this off to the side. I have a piece of gray granite, which is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to layer right on top of our card. And I have a piece of white, which is the same size, 4 by 5 1/4, and that will be for the inside of our card. We're going to leave these out, because we're going to stamp on them. Now, for the DSP, I am using the In Good Taste DSP, and I love this paper. There's so much. Let's see. I'm going to make sure I get these lined up properly. No, does it go this way? I think so. I want to make sure we get them lined up properly on the card, because it will be noticeable if they're kind of off on the card. So I just took a piece that was 5 by 3 3/4, and then I cut it down. So this piece, the biggest piece, is 5 by 1 1/4. This piece is 5 by 1. This one is 5 by 3/4, and then this one is 5 by 1/2 inch. So I just went down 1/4 inch on each of these. And before we go any further, we're actually going to glue these down since we have them in order. We have them in the proper order. We're just going to glue them down onto our gray granite piece. So let me get my adhesive. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal for this. Love this adhesive. There is a learning curve though. If you've been using snail for a long time, there is a learning curve to the Stampin' Seal, but once you get the hang of it, it is such a fantastic adhesive. It is so strong. All right, so I'm going to start with my biggest piece and my smallest piece, and let me just make sure, let me double check that these are all lined up properly, just like that. So I'm going to start with my biggest piece and my smallest piece. When you put them on each end, you're going to make sure that you get the same distance border around the top and the sides, and then all you have to do is fill in those middle pieces. So we have our biggest piece and our smallest piece, and then we'll just fill in with our other two pieces. Just like this. And I'm not going to press it down too hard. I just want to make sure that I have a good space between those before I press it all the way down. Looks like nice even spacing. Now that it's all good, I can press it all down. So that's cute, right? And I love breaking up the DSP just like that. And you can do this with any pattern. All right, we're gonna set this off to the side. Other supplies that I have a 1/2 inch piece of gray granite. This is gonna be for our greeting. We're gonna actually heat emboss that in a minute. I have just a scrap piece of white to do our stamping. And things that I've pre-cut this swirly little label. This is from the painted label dies. So I pre-cut this. This actually goes with one of the Poppy stamp sets. And you can get this in our annual catalog. And then I also pre-cut this label from the Tasteful Labels dies. Yeah, Tasteful Labels dies. This is such a fantastic die set to get. All of the dies are either stitched or they have like a nice embossed edge to them. But there's such a good variety. Any greeting, any image will fit in any of these. Fantastic die sets. And so I pre-cut both of those, and then for this one, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I also ran it through my Tasteful Textile embossing folder just to give it a little bit of texture. All right, so let's get to our stamping. We actually only have a few things to stamp, so I'm gonna keep out, oh, I also have a piece of Rainbow Glimmer Paper, and I chose the pattern that had the purple in it to coordinate with our Blackberry Bliss. But let's do our stamping. I'm gonna start with the little to-go cup one, and I'm gonna stamp that in Memento. And we're gonna do this on our scrap piece of paper here. We're gonna color a little bit with our blends, so, and then we're gonna cut it out. There's no dies or punches for this. So you do have to fussy cut, but it's okay. It's an easy image to fussy cut. Okay, we're done with our black. I'm gonna pull out my gray granite for the inside of my card. Just remember we lined that with a piece of white, and I'm just gonna stamp these cups along the top and the bottom, but I do wanna get a piece of scrap paper out, just so I don't get it on my work surface here. So we're just gonna do the cups along the top and the bottom, and I'm gonna work on the bottom first. Just line them up along the top and the bottom, and then just do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm actually gonna flip my card around. I find it's easier just, and then turn your stamp upside down. And it's just a little bit easier to do it this way. And if you don't want the gray granite as dark, then you can stamp it off first too. But isn't that cute? So cute. And just such a little simple little thing for the inside of your card. So that is it with our gray granite. So we're gonna put that aside. And then our last thing that we're going to do is emboss our greeting. And where did that greeting piece go? Here it is. So this is just a 1/2 inch strip of gray granite, and I'm going to use a Cup of Thanks greeting on that. We're going to use our Versamark, and I'm just going to kind of stamp it right in the middle. Let's see. I hope I don't want to get out of camera shot, but I want to make sure I get this on here. Perfect. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to pull in my white embossing powder, and we'll just sprinkle that onto our greeting piece. Knock all the excess off. Isn't that cute? And we're gonna emboss that. So it's gonna turn really bright white when we heat emboss it. So let me get out my heat tool. Heat tool, I love embossing. Favorite technique for sure. Now I like to heat up my heat tool off to the side. Once your heat tool is nice and hot, the embossing will go so much faster, and then you'll have less warping to your cardstock anyway. This is a small enough piece that it probably wouldn't warp too much, but never take any chances. So once it turns shiny and glossy, then you're done. It's all embossed. So super cute. I just love it. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces. Pull in these pieces again. So where did we put our stamped piece? So we're gonna color this a little bit. Oh, you know what? We do have to stamp one more thing. Let me get out my scrap paper. We're gonna stamp the back of this, and I'm not even gonna ink it up. I'm just gonna use whatever ink is left on there. Oh, that was really close. It'll be okay. We just need that little sleeve so that we have something, so we know how to cut it. So I'm actually gonna do that really quick. I just barely got that on there, and I'm just cutting right on the line. Normally say go around it, but this one I'm just going to cut right on the line because we want it to match exactly, just a little bit off the bottom. So this will go right on our cup. Isn't that cute? A little glitter sleeve. Oh, so cute. We should call Starbucks. We need glitter sleeves. Okay, so that's going to be put off to the side. We're not going to lose that. I do want to do a little bit of coloring and shading to my cup though, so I'm going to start with my blends. This is dark gray granite and light gray granite, and I'm going to just do the dark on either side. Just a little bit of dark on either side. Now, I'm not worrying about the middle because we're going to cover up that middle. And I have a really big special coming in October with our Stampin' Blends. So if you love Stampin' Blends, make sure you watch me for October. We're going to be doing some really fun things in October where you can earn them for free. And then I'm just taking my light and I'm just going to kind of color over that dark area just to kind of blend it. And then I'm going to just meet in the middle. And I'll do the same on the bottom, just kind of going over, making sure you blend it. And I'm making sure to do the middle part last because the more times you go over something, the darker it'll be. So I want the middle to be the lightest. So I'm only going over it a couple of times. All right, now while we have our light out, I want to give the lid just a little bit of shading. So I'm just doing some light on the very top of the lid, just very little. You don't want to make the lid look too muddy. And then I'm going to bring in my color lifter and I'm just going to smooth out those edges a little bit. That's just going to leave a little bit of shadow on the lid and just make it look a little more realistic. And then if you think you went a little too dark in the middle, you can just use that color lifter and just kind of go over that and it'll lighten it all up a little bit. So isn't that cute? So cute. All right, we're going to cut this out now. And this one I am going to leave just a tiny little white border. When you're cutting, make sure you use your smallest scissors. Our paper snips are fantastic for this. And make sure you turn your paper, not your scissors. You're gonna have much more success when you turn your paper opposed to your scissors. Just keep your scissors in your dominant hand and turn your paper. And fussy cutting, you'll have more success. All right, that is it though. Super quick to cut that out. Isn't that cute? All right. Get rid of those scraps. We're going to bring in our little glimmer piece here before we lose it. So let me put some Stampin' Seal on that. And we're going to put this on now. Our Rainbow Glimmer Paper. Let me grab a pack of it so you can see the whole. I have lots of packages of this stuff. I love it so much. You can do this with any color scheme you want. Just, you know, from anywhere from yellow to green. You can do this color, this card, just depending on where you want to stamp it, what you want. I had a lot of leftover of the purple one, of the purple strips, so that's why we're making a Blackberry Bliss card, but you can do it any color you want. All right, I think we have all our pieces done, so let's start assembling. Let's add our inside piece to our card before we lose that. And if you want to add an inside greeting, you could do that as well. You can just stamp a greeting on here somewhere. So we're going to add this to the inside of our card. There'll just be a little border around, but plenty of room for you to write a message. We're going to add our outside piece that we glued our DSP on. that's gonna go right on the front, and then we're gonna build up our little embellishment here. All right, so let's start with our Blackberry Bliss label. I'm going to glue on our Tasteful Labels label, our embossed label. That's just gonna go flat right on here. And I'm also gonna glue this flat right on there. We are gonna pop up the whole label on the card, so we're gonna use dimensionals on that. But I thought this looked a little better, nice and flat, and we're actually gonna stick this off to the side. But before I stick it down all the way, we have our greeting here. And I'm going to just trim I'm gonna leave a little bit of extra room on the side just so we can tuck that under, but I'm gonna trim right up to that A for a note of thanks, or a cup of thanks. This is a cup of thanks. And this little mini trimmer, you guys can win this free this month. For every $50 you purchase in my online store this month, I'm putting you in an entry, and I'm gonna give away that mini trimmer. So a little adhesive on this, and then we're just going to tuck this under our cup. Let's see, did I stick that down too prematurely? There we go. So we're going to tuck this under our cup, make sure it's all on the label, just like that. So cute, right? Just make sure that label's nice and straight, and then we can turn this whole thing over and put on some dimensionals. So lots of dimensionals on the back of this, and then we're going to put one dimensional on the back of that one, on the greeting, just to make sure that it doesn't kind of flap around, that it has plenty of lift, there's no saggy cards. All right, this is going to go right on our card. It's kind of near the bottom. Like, you just making sure it's straight. Super cute. All right, final touch I have some hearts. This is the Be Mine Stitch Framelits. I die cut these a while ago with some Melamambo with the adhesive sheets stuck on the back of them. So I'm going to pull out a few of those. I have all my little scraps in this little jar, or this little bowl that I keep stuff in. So I'm just going to pull out a few of those. I'm just going to pull out 3. And they already have adhesive on the back, so all I'm going to do is peel the little backing off and expose that adhesive, and then just set it down wherever I want it. Okay, I have 2 more here. Let's see. I didn't do any ribbon on this card, so you guys wouldn't have to struggle watching me do ribbon, and now you have to struggle watching me try to get the backing off these little teeny tiny hearts. So, but the adhesive sheets are amazing. And one more, I think, right down. Actually, let's do it over here. All right, now I thought the hearts needed a little bit of extra sparkle, so I'm actually going to take my Shimmery Crystal Effects, and this is going to take a few minutes to dry. This is not a card that I'm going to be able to stick in the mail right away. This is going to take maybe, 30 minutes to an hour to dry. So just do this and then set it aside and let it dry. You're just going to cover those hearts with that Shimmery Crystal Effects, and they're going to end up looking like a glittery enamel dot. So such a fun little tip to really customize any of your die cuts or punches. So you can see, so they're a little cloudy now, but when they dry, they'll be crystal clear and nice and sparkly, and they'll just look like a cute little enamel dot that you put on there. So there you go. There's the card for today. I'm so glad you guys chose the press-on stamp set, but I have some really cute things planned with Banner Year 2, so don't give up on that one just yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's card. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel so you don't ever miss a video. And I will catch you guys hopefully next week. I'm still working on a schedule. I still haven't been given the all clear from my doctor, but hopefully next week I'll be back with you guys again. So that is it for me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. If you need to shop for any supplies, head to my online store, use that host code, and you'll earn free gifts. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.